What is the structure and function of a cell? There are three parts that exist in any cell, such as cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus or DNA. Now, what is cell membrane? It is a selective permeable membrane which allows certain materials to pass through. For example, it allows essential ingredients to enter the cell like water and oxygen. Additionally, cell membrane removes toxic substances out of the cell like carbon dioxide and waste products, thus allowing good products to enter the cell and remove waste products out of the cell. Now, what is cytoplasm? It is a thick jelly-like structure and it provides shape to the cell. This means that different shapes of the cell are due to different shapes of the cytoplasm. All the cellular functions and cellular reactions take place in the cytoplasm. For example, protein formation, respiration, as well as the mitosis and meiosis occur in the cytoplasm. Moreover, all important organelles are present in the cytoplasm like mitochondria, ribosome, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, and lysosome. Now, what is nucleus? Nucleus contains DNA, a booklet of information which serves as a blueprint of all the functions taking place in the cell. It is also known as the control center of the cell or king of the cell. It controls all activities occurring within the cell. For example, how cells should develop, how cells should survive or grow, how to reproduce, etc. Nucleus contains nucleolus. It forms ribosomal RNA. The newly made ribosomes are transported out of the cell through the nuclear pores to the cytoplasm where they do their job. Now, what are ribosomes? These are floating organelles in the cytoplasm which make proteins that are needed for the cell. For example, ribosomes make proteins for the growth of the cell and repairing of the cell. To learn about ribosomes and protein formation, we must understand endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum are two types, rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The main difference between them is that rough endoplasmic reticulum contains ribosomes and smooth endoplasmic reticulum does not contain any ribosome. It means that smooth endoplasmic reticulum does not produce any protein because it has no ribosomes, but it produces lipids or cholesterol. Furthermore, it also does detoxification. It means that breaking down of the toxic substances within the cell. Now, coming to the rough endoplasmic reticulum, it contains ribosomes and ribosomes form protein. Then what is the function of rough endoplasmic reticulum? Well, it helps the ribosomes to produce proteins. Also, rough endoplasmic reticulum pack or encloses the proteins and vesicles. Now, what are vesicles? Vesicles are the tracts within the cell. They transport substances within the cell from one part to another. The protein formed by the ribosomes and packed by the rough endoplasmic reticulum is transported by the vesicles to the Golgi body, also known as Golgi apparatus. Remember that Golgi body is a port of the cell where things are collected, packed, and exported. Golgi body receives protein from rough endoplasmic reticulum. It modifies the protein by giving them proper shape, by adding lipids or carbs to the protein, and change the shape of the proteins as the shape of the proteins play a pivotal role in its function. After this, Golgi body will pack the protein and vesicles. In connection to that, vesicles of the protein are delivered to the targeted destination within both and outside the cell. For example, Golgi body will send proteins to the damaged part of the cell for repairing by the help of vesicles. Until now, we learned that ribosomes are formed by the nucleolus and the nucleus. Ribosomes synthesize proteins. A rough endoplasmic reticulum pack the protein in the vesicle and transport them to the Golgi body. Golgi body provides specific shapes and prepare the protein for a specific task. Finally, Golgi body sends it to the targeted destination to perform its function. Now, what is mitochondria? Mitochondria is a power station of the cell. For instance, in our daily life, power station provides electricity or power to the city. Similarly, mitochondria provides energy to each and every part of the cell. Mitochondria also contains its own DNA, different from the DNA of the nucleus. In mitochondria, cellular respiration takes place. For example, glucose will combine with oxygen to release energy in the form of ATP, and carbon dioxide gas is produced as a waste product. Energy produced in the form of ATP by the mitochondria is then transported to each and every part of the cell. Now, what is lysosome? Lysosome is the digestive part of the cell. It contains digestive enzymes where food is broken down, like carbohydrates are converted to glucose, proteins are converted to amino acids. Finally, what is vacuoles? Well, vacuoles are called the storehouse of the cell, as vacuoles store water, food, mineral salts, nutrients, waste product, etc. The size of vacuoles may vary in different organisms. For example, in animal cell, there are many smaller vacuoles, while in plant cell, there is only one in large vacuoles.